If you're a stock market investor, the goal should be to beat the stock market because it has a dramatic effect on how your capital grows over time. I'm going to show you exactly how in this video. Plus, I'll do my normal market analysis. We've had a big turnaround in the market. I'll give you my ratings for all of the sectors that we cover here. And then finally, we're going to look at the trade of the week, a stock that made a huge move in just a few hours. But let's talk first about why you want to beat the market. You have two choices. You can try to do it yourself and do better than the market return, or you can keep it simple and just go out and buy an indexed ETF, a low-cost fund that moves with the index. And that's fine. If you do that, historically, you've averaged between 10 and 12% a year. And over time, your money grows quite nicely. I'll show you just how well it grows in a moment. But basically, at 10%, you're going to double your money every 7 or 8 years. If you can beat the market, even by just a couple percentage points a year, you can really increase your performance. Now, this requires that you focus on what we call alpha stocks, stocks that are moving on their own story, stocks that have improving fundamentals that are moving faster than the market. Now, let's just look at how this affects total profitability. So what I did with this chart is I took just a starting capital of $100,000. And then we look at how it grows at 10% versus 12%. And you can see that in 10 years, that 2% difference is the difference between $259,000 in 10 years and $310,000. But look at what it is after 30 years, 3 million versus 1.7. And that's only with a 2% increase, or an increase of 2 percentage points over the 10% annual return. And if you look at what's possible if you can earn 20% a year in the market, and there's lots of people that do this, in 10 years that $100,000 is $619,000, and in 30 years it's $23.7 million. So how are we going to beat the market? Well, in order to do that, you have to focus on alpha stocks, stocks that are trading on their own story. We talk about it all the time. I did a whole series of classes this past week. All of those videos are on the Stockscores YouTube channel. But we have the winning formula, which simply put is looking for stocks breaking from low volatility through resistance from optimism. Using the Stockscores indicators, focusing on those stocks that have a sentiment stock score of at least 60, and then checking the patterns to make sure that the stock that you're buying is not running away from its trend line, but rather either breaking pullbacks in an upward trend or breaking out of periods of sideways trading. And if you do that, you can find those winning stocks and hopefully outperform the market overall. All right, let's get into this week's normal market analysis, and we're going to jump into the Stockscores website now and start with a look at the S&P 500, and you're going to see a really dramatic turnaround in the market. So here is what happened when the war started. We broke the downward trend line a couple of weeks ago, and it's been straight up ever since, which is actually kind of unusual. Markets don't usually make V-shaped bottoms like that. Looking at the 3-year chart, we're back in the upward trend. And I talked about this numerous times in these weekly videos. You get these pullbacks like this, like this, like this, like this. And then when they break with these green candles at the bottom of the pullback, you often get an explosive move to the upside. And we see that again. So we're back in a bullish trend for the S&P. The NASDAQ is pretty much the same. There you can see the big comeback on NASDAQ. If we look at the small cap stocks, IWM, a big comeback. We look at the Canadian market, T.XIU, big comeback. Not as intense on the Canadian market, but we also didn't sell off as strong. It's a bit more of an orderly market with its emphasis on commodities. The Canadian market didn't go down as hard, and then it's bouncing back with a sort of a muted response because the oil stocks went up when the market was going down, and then, of course, when the stock market started to go up in the last couple of weeks, oil prices have been coming down, and some of those oil stocks have been moving lower. Let's take a look at gold, GLD. You can see a series of falling tops here, and so the trend over the last 2 months is actually down. Looking at the long-term trend, it's still fine. There you can see the long-term trend is up, but with a lot of volatility the last 3 months, it's not quite as much fun as it was for the previous, let's say, 2 years. Looking at oil, lots of volatility. There was the start of the war, big run to the upside. Now with the hope that the Strait of Hormuz is open, we've had a pullback, but I don't think this volatility is over. I think we're still going to see lots of up and down, which is good for a short-term trader. You can trade that. For the longer-term investor, the volatility can be unnerving, and I think you just have to stick with the program or avoid the sector altogether. All right, let's move along now to currencies. UUP is our US dollar, and it has been falling since there's been some resolution or ceasefire anyway with this war. Bitcoin has actually been doing not too bad the last little bit with the weakness in the US dollar, money coming into Bitcoin. And so the short-term trend, if we look at the 1 month chart, is up. The long-term trend is getting better because we actually broke the long-term downward trend line. Let me try to draw that a little better. It's hard with my fat finger. There we go. So we're breaking that downward trend line from a little rising bottom. So I think we might come up into here, and that's encouraging if you're an investor in Bitcoin. I don't think it's a screaming buy. Maybe for a short-term trader, there will be some opportunities, but it's still fighting that longer-term downward trend. On the Treasury bond market, which is our interest rate chart, if this is going down, interest rates are going up. We've stabilized, and I think we may see this start to rise, which would mean interest rates in the bond market anyway are moving lower. So my ratings then, you can see it's all green on stock markets again, bullish on all of them. Gold and oil neutral on both time frames. US dollar bearish, long-term neutral. Bitcoin now short-term bullish and long-term neutral, and bonds neutral on both time frames. All right, now let's get into the trade of the week. This is a stock that is an example of what we look for as day traders with my Stockscores active live service. This was one of the hot movers. There was a few this week. This is Bird, B-I-R-D. And funny thing is, this is a funny story. This is a shoe company that decided to sell the shoe business and move into artificial intelligence. The first good break, well, there was actually breaks in the pre-market, but we had the first one here with a nice move. Then we had a pennant pattern with an action candle break there. Then we had another pennant pattern with an action candle break there, and just kept going up and up and up, from $6 to $24, and in the pre-market it was actually closer to $2. So quite a crazy trade, and all the signals are generated by my action candle indicator. If you want to learn more about those, go take a look at the video I did on Thursday last week. It's on the Stockscores YouTube channel. Well, hope you've enjoyed this week's video. If so, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, click the like button, leave a comment, and most importantly, trade well.